Hey, just wondering whether you prefer me with or without the glasses. Yeah. Just playing around with some silly effects on Zoom because why not? Might increase my engagement and that's always fun. Where am I in the world? If you figure it out, you get cool stuff from me. I've got to do 4 or 5 pieces of content in a row here. So I don't want to change outfits, so I'm wearing a hat, and the hat's going to change for every piece of content, which is fun. This week is bonus content. It's not necessarily about equipment, but it is from a client of mine, rather than a guest. A client of mine who asked about treating her audio space. She records audiobooks and wants to know how to make it sound better and stop some of that outside noise coming in without spending too much money. Bit of DIY advice coming right at you here. So the difference between soundproofing and acoustic treatment is soundproofing stops sound coming in from outside, which is extremely difficult to do. I can't reiterate that enough. There are some things you can do, and I'm going to help you with that. But other than kind of building a purpose-built space, it's very difficult to completely soundproof a room so that those noisy children, hoons in their cars going past, all that kind of stuff, the boy races, all that sound comes in and really annoys you right at the worst moment, especially when you're recording content, but it's midnight, so no one's going to, well, we might get some boy races, but hopefully no crazy kids outside. Because my space is not very soundproof, which can be annoying at times. It's very difficult. That's the moral of the story. Acoustic treatment is where you treat the inside of the space so that you don't get any. You're trying to eliminate hard surfaces from all around the room so that the sound doesn't bounce around, come back into your microphone, and you get all sorts of unwanted frequencies and annoying things going on when it comes to the finished product, the raw product going straight into the end of this guy. Here's my number one piece of advice. Get a couch. Yeah, couch. Couches are awesome. One, they're awesome for sitting on, but also they're great for picking up sound. If you've ever been into a studio space, you'll notice that they have couches. A lot of the time, one, because it's cool and comfortable, but two, because it picks up and grabs sound really good. So when you get sick of recording, you sit down, have a beer on the couch, and you don't have to worry as much about echo and all those sort of things. Bookshelves, particularly with books, vinyls, all sorts of stuff, and you want to actually space those books and things out, and those cracks in between each book or whatever object you've got on the bookshelf, that's going to grab the high frequency noises the hisses and those sort of sounds that you don't want. So think about narrow spaces where sound can go in, but it can't easily come out again. Bass traps. So this is like what you see, I guess, big pieces of foam on people's walls, that kind of stuff. Acoustic tiles are a similar type of thing, but basically they're grabbing the bass frequencies and not letting them come out again. So again, if something picks it up and grabs it, it can't come back into your microphone, which is always good. Tricky to set up. You need quite heavy acoustic tiles to grab bass frequencies, but you can check out all sorts of options for that. You could glue pillows to your walls. You could glue blankets to your walls. You could do whatever you want to do. If you're renting the house, maybe don't glue things to the walls. If you own it, just gamble and go crazy. Just not at the casino, only inside your room. Clothes, lots of clothes. Clothes are great. I've got clothes all around the space that I'm in right now. Awesome for absorbing sound. Any soft surface, any hard surface, problem. Soft surface, great for grabbing frequencies of all different ranges and making sure it doesn't get in your way. Treat the corners, especially the corners of the rooms. All sorts of things like to hang out down there in the corners, and that's not good. We don't want all that sound doing whatever it wants in the corners of your room. So treat those, turn them into, block off the corners with soft surfaces. Use a pop filter. Seems like a no-brainer when you're using microphones, but use a pop filter. That's really going to help. When the sound goes out, comes back, it can't get through the pop filter a lot of the time. So useful for helping with echo. Then it gets more expensive, sound diffusers, all kinds of different things that you can use in the space. Look it up. There's a lot of money you can spend and also not a lot of money you can spend. But my biggest piece of advice is it's not necessarily the equipment that you have that's going to result in an amazing audio quality, it's more important that the environment's good. So very hard to stop sound coming in, but much easier to acoustically treat the space that you're inside of. There's a couple of things you can do. You can, anywhere the air gets into the room is going to help with soundproofing. So kind of block off underneath doors, little cracks around windows, those sort of things, close curtains, double glazing, triple glazing on the glass, really useful for stopping sound coming in from outside. Then it gets a bit more crazier where you line your walls twice with plasterboard or whatever it is. If you're in a brick house, then great. The bricks are great sound insulators from outside. If you're in New Zealand and your houses are made of timber and you've got a thin little piece of wall lining on there, then the sound's just going to come right through. Hollow doors are a problem. So you can do some things about all of that, but it is tricky. Just put a sign on your door telling everyone to shut up and put those good vibes out into the crowd, into the world, and hopefully good things happen. That's it from me. Guess where I am in the world. I thought the hat might be a bit of a giveaway, although this picture's kind of generic unless you know where it's at. Remember, you win free stuff if you guess. And until the next piece of content, which is going to be about 2 minutes, and you're going to see it a week apart, bye.